Hey guys, so today I'm going to be covering MineFactory Reloaded, which is a really cool mod that allows you to do a lot of different things like spawn mobs, store liquids, and a ton of different stuff like that. Ton of little necessity stuff that you don't think you need, but you really do. So, today I'm going to be covering how to build a grinder from start to finish. So I usually use a porter spawner because when you're making a grinder, you need something called a sense, which is a liquid, which is why I have a drum. You store liquids inside drums from extra utilities or fluid tanks from mechanism and stuff like that. But you store this essence that you get from your regular spawner from the grinder and then run it into an auto spawner with some power, and that's how you make yourself a little MFR grinder, which is so you can spawn stuff like wither skeletons. You can't spawn iron golems and stuff like that, but you can spawn pink slimes, which is a great way to get your pink slime, which is why I have so much pink slime. So let's start this, shall we? Give me a little bit of building, so just, you don't need anything too big for something like this. Pick up the dimensions you need for a spawner or something of that sort. And then so I am going to use this Super Builders one. Super Builders ones are really nice. They allow you to build just like this. So you can build as many blocks. I think it's up to 49 or like 32, something like that you can build. I'll cover that in another video. So just continue building this. Oops, don't want that yet. I'll respond to him later. And then reinforced dark glass is really nice as well, because you can use it and it'll block out all light from inside actually, or from outside, and you can still see through it. So I use this for all of my grinders pretty much. And if you see, I can take this off, and now it's completely dark inside. You can't see. I just have night vision on so you can see through it. So it's completely dark, but you can still see inside of it. So now, what you want to do is you want to make a hole into the floor and one up, or two up into the glass. You can use as many grinders as you want. There's no specific amount. The more you have, the faster you can kill the mobs, which is always nice, right? So usually I put power through the bottom. Alright. Let's hook up universal cables right here. Just like that. And then you use your grinders right here. Now, you'll see it places pointing away from you, which is exactly what you want. You want that. So that's very nice. Nice little feature they added. So the grinder, you pretty much power these, and you run something that I like to use called conveyor belts. For example, from here, and I have Optifine on, so you can't see the conveyor belts moving, but if you don't have Optifine, they will move, which is a nice feature that I like using. And so these will actually move the mobs forward and into the range of the grinders. Now, I have big grinders, so I use this. However, if you have this precision sledgehammer from MineFactory Reloaded, you can hold it and I'll actually show you the radius and how much, where the grinders and things reach. Now, sometimes in some machines, you can have range upgrades and you can put them in, but the grinder doesn't have that. So, you see your power, energy, this fills up, and then your work, right here, is how long it'll take before it'll actually kill the mobs out in front of it. So in order for that to work, if there's no mobs out in front of it, then it'll idle, and then if it's idle, it has to tick 200 ticks down before it can kill more mobs. And this is where you store your essence that comes from killing mobs. So now let's continue to build this grinder. So now I'm going to go ahead and power all of these grinders, right? Gotta make sure you have power to all of them. That was an accident. The nice thing about the precision sledgehammer as well is that you can shift right click and destroy different pipes and different machines. Not all machines, but a lot of machines. So now this won't be amazing as a grinder because it's very small and usually you want more space for your grinder, but this will do for the video, of course. So now, before we place this, let's go ahead and place down chests. That was a little bit lag. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna have 4 chests. And you put on the back because you see that hole? That hole is gonna spit out items if you don't have anything there. So it'll just spit out an item like that, and then it'll just be on the floor. But if you put this right behind it, no item ducts needed, no logistical transporters, it goes straight into your chest. So next, I'm gonna build a little ledge out. I already did, couldn't see it. And then I'm gonna place my porta spawner right there. And yes, I will leave this for you guys to come get. And porta spawners are single-use items, but they are still very, very nice. So next, what you want to do is you want to take your mechanical pipes and run them out just like this, right over. And what you can do is you can put A2 cables on all of these with buses. See, just like that, you get your stuff. A2 cables with buses leading into your ME and automate this all completely. So next, what you want to do is, of course, cover back up this hole, just like that. And I should have enough glass to do this right now. What I like to do is cover this all just like this. This way, no light is going to leak in. However, I got one important thing. I didn't connect all these ultimate pipes. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Now they're all connected. Run a little line out here like this. A little bit more lag there, huh? Actually, no need for this. I'm gonna run it down instead. So that way we can run it to our auto spawner. And the auto spawner is gonna take the safari net right here and spawn whatever's in your safari net. So now let's continue building this really fast. Now you're gonna be able to see through all of this. Boom. And now it's gonna spawn, it's gonna push everything forward, and it's gonna end up killing them and putting them into the chest. Now in another video, I'll show you how to automate, not this, but automate anything with cables, buses, ME interfaces, and stuff like that. So next, we're gonna build another one of these chambers. Nothing too big, something enough to, get us going. One more, and then hopefully I brought enough stuff for this. And I don't believe it matters about the light level. Another cool thing that MineFactory Reloaded has are these deep storage units, which store so far I've tested, over 1 billion single items. So this one's storing obsidian, I have one that stores cobble, one that stores stone, stuff like that. Really, really neat. You should really check that out. It's not too expensive. And it saves you a lot of space in your ME, so it's definitely worth a shot, or definitely worth giving it a look at the very least. Alright, so next what I'm gonna do is, it doesn't really matter where you put it. It can be in the floor, it can be up. However, if it's up above and there's space underneath it, when you put it in the floor, it will fall and the mobs will fall down. So for this video, I am actually going to put them up here. So that way it will spawn on top of it. Actually, it shouldn't spawn on top of it because of how I put it just like this. And so delete these. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. And now I'm actually gonna run this up instead of down. So that way we can bring it in through the roof. And like I said, I don't believe it matters about the light level for the auto spawners, so we should be all good with that. And cover this up, cover that back up, and then I'm gonna run my mechanical pipes through the top of this, and I will probably come over here and cover this up a little bit better. That was an accident. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, mine a little hole right there, and then I'm going to come on top because it's faster, and mine a hole right here as well. So for this one, I'm going to feed mechanical pipes through it and run it just like this. You guys can make this nicer, of course. I'm just doing this for the purpose of the video. So now if I come over here, you guys can see I now have a sense in here. Oh, let's make sure that doesn't spawn. I don't have enough energy in this thing for it to spawn anyways, but my sense is now stored in here, and I had 0 sense in this before. So all the sense came from these mechanical pipes, runs up through here and down into my auto spawner, which is very nice. I want to take a second and apologize for my background noise. It's something that I just have to deal with, and I'm sorry, but you guys are gonna have to put up with it as well. But now, this is gonna be super ugly, but you guys are getting the point of what I'm doing here, so it's okay. Then let's run it right here. Preferably you don't want to put too much in the way of your spawners, so this is why I'm doing it kind of like this. Exactly like this, I should say. Now, you have power to it, and you can see the range of the spawner, which is one above it, mostly below it, and just a little bit out. So again, that's one really cool thing about this precision sledgehammer, right? So I'm actually going to mine a hole right here in this for, I'll show you guys why I'm doing that in just a second. So now, let's run a little bit more of this dark reinforced glass after I place some more conveyor belts. And I may run out of conveyor belts, and I don't want to access my ME on camera. So I'm gonna, actually, this should be just perfect. Because, yeah, this should be fine. And now let's go ahead and place all of this glass straight up. Nice. And then let's do this, mine some holes again for the grinders. And then I'm gonna put holes down in the floor, just place them as well. Nice. And now I'm going to place my ultimate universal cables. And then place my grinders. Now I'm not gonna have any of my chests for this. You know? Let's improvise, right? Let's see. Get some wood. Get some chests. Nice. So now I have 4 chests. And I put those right there. Then I get my mechanical pipes. And the reason why I made this hole, oh, I guess it covered it up. The reason why I'm making this hole, so that way I can attach my mechanical pipes to my grinders again, because you're actually making more sense from this. And there used to be a way that you could go positive on a sense with slimes, spawning large slimes. But now you can no longer do that, which is pretty sad, but it's a fix Kami made, and it's making grinders a lot more, hate to say this, but grindy, which is kind of nice in my opinion. So one thing I forgot to mention is, say you want to make an exact copy of something, spawn something with a name, spawn something like a wither skeleton, you can actually spawn an exact copy by just pressing yes. However, it's going to take more energy, it's going to take more sense, and more time for you to do this. So, for example, if I do this, like I said, it has to go through the idle, 140 ticks, then it's going to start working. However, if I start doing this, you can see that it's taking more work to go. And if I do this, you can see how much sense it takes when I'm not. Doesn't appear to be taking much sense that I can notice. So I'm going to go ahead and fly up. And then place some obsidian on this. And you can see that it is spawning now, and you hook up power to underneath it. Just like this. So I ran out of universal cables, so I'll just deal with that. And now it's going to be grinding away my skeletons, making more sense, and putting it up back through here and back down. So that's pretty much the tutorial on how to make a grinder. Very small setup, it's going to be nice. I'll even leave all this obsidian here for you guys. And here's the cores, dropping them so you guys can come raid this. I'll even leave a chest with a porta spawner for you guys to grab that. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe. Peace out.